Budget is something many of us loathe. Simplicity and consistency are key to making a budget stick. The 50-30-20 budget is simple in concept and easy to keep up with once you have established your budget. I recommend updating your income and expenses at least monthly using paper and pen or preferably a spreadsheet. In this video, I will be showing a budget using Excel. But if spreadsheets aren't your thing, use a simple notebook. If using a notebook, use a ruler and pen to create rows for three expense categories and columns for each month or half month. As an example, we will assume a combined household gross income or salary of $125,000. If you have a partner and combine your finances, this could be two salaries summed together. For budgeting, what we really care about is the net income after taxes, deductions for benefits such as medical and dental plans, and 401k contributions. In our example, we will use $7,271 monthly net income. We multiply this number by 50% for our needs, which comes out to $3,635 we can spend each month on needs. And we multiply our 7,271 times 30% for our wants and 20% for savings and debt. We will go into each of these three categories shortly. Our largest expense category is for needs. These are things we can't live without. We don't want to spend more than 50% of our monthly income on needs. If you find yourself spending more than this, you may need to make some changes over time. The largest need for most people is their mortgage or rent payment. Ideally, this is no more than 30% of your net income, but for some young people, 35% is acceptable. For middle to late career people, you should work to lower housing expenses to 25% or less. Included in this figure are property taxes, renters or homeowners insurance, and any mandatory HOA fees. The next largest expense for many is their car payment, car insurance, and annual car taxes or registration fees. Needs also include utilities, groceries, minimum monthly payments for loans such as credit cards and student loans. Beyond those items mentioned, there is much debate about what is considered a need versus a want, but you are the best judgment for this. For many, that other needs could include basic clothes for work, toiletries and makeup, cleaning supplies, and your monthly phone and internet bills. The next expense category are wants. These are things that make life enjoyable, but if in a pinch we could skip for a month or two or cancel entirely if we were to lose our job or forced to take a pay cut. Typically, wants include subscriptions to streaming media and music, health club memberships, eating out, and entertainment, travel, and clothes beyond whatever is necessary for a basic wardrobe. I would also put home furnishings in this category. We can always delay the purchase of that new mattress, couch, or desk lamp when cash flow is poor. The third and final category is savings and debt. If we have managed our everyday expenses well, we should have 20% left of our net income left to build our savings and pay down consumer debt. First, we want to build our rainy day savings fund, which for most people will be at least 3 to 6 months of net income. After we have built a rainy day savings, we may want to put away for long-term saving goals such as buying a new home, buying a new car, paying for children's education, etc. If we have consumer debt up and above mortgage debt, we want to pay this down as quickly as we can. Start with your highest interest rate debt, which is typically credit card debt. Then work on your student loan debt, paying extra principal each month when you have spare cash. You may also want to consider making extra principal payments to your car loan. Living debt-free allows for the freedom to save more and spend more on wants and needs. Here is a sample spreadsheet. Here's a typical budget where we have columns of months, January through December, and then we have rows including our needs, our wants, our savings, and a sum total down at the bottom. So in our example, we had a gross salary of $125,000, $87,250 after deductions and taxes. In my case, we're getting paid twice a month. For some of you, you may get paid every other Friday, which changes the calculation slightly. But in my case, I'm just going to divide 87,250 by 24 paychecks. $3,635 per paycheck or 7,271 per month. For needs, I multiply this number by 50%, and here's my 3,635. I multiply that number by 30% for my wants, and I get 2,181. And then finally, I multiply that monthly net income by 20% and get $1,454 for savings. In my needs category, I'm going to list all my needs. Yours may differ. I've got rent or mortgage, and in my case, that's $1,750 per month for my mortgage payment. And that includes property taxes and hazard insurance. I also, in my case, I added a column for the day of the month that the payment is due. My rent is always due on the 1st. My next payment is for car insurance. Now, with your budget, you may not have the same monthly budget every single month. In my case, I pay my car insurance twice a year, January and July. So my car insurance is due January 13th and July 13th, and it's $1,058. I have an auto loan payment of $375 due on the 16th, and I have garbage collection that's only due 4 times per year. And then I have my vehicle registration taxes, and that's only due once a year. I have 2 cars, me and my spouse's car, and they're due at different times of the year. The next section are what we call variable expenses. These expenses are going to vary every single month. Things like my electricity bill, my water usage, my natural gas bill, etc. And then I have my other needs, such as clothes and dry cleaning, gas and car maintenance, groceries, and in my case, home improvement. For some of you, home improvement may not be a need, but if you own a home and you know you're going to have to be replacing items like furnace filters and other items that just you're always having to maintain your house, you may need a budget in the need category. So you can see each month my budget changes. For my variable expenses, I look at prior years to estimate what each month is so I can look out throughout the year and see which months I have heavy expenses and which months I have light expenses. Next, of course, is my wants. I've got a landscaper that I pay $130 for. In my case, I have a pool in the backyard, YouTube TV, Netflix, some of my subscriptions, internet, some miscellaneous other subscriptions, my mobile phone bill, pest control, and then some variable expenses that vary greatly each month, like such as clothes and home furnishings, eating out, entertainment, etc. And then finally, I have my savings and debt. I have $1,454 each month for this, which is a lot of money. So I'm going to make sure I put at least $300 into my savings account every single month. That is mandatory. So I've colored that black, so I know that has to be paid first. If I have extra money in a particular month, then I'm going to put an extra $400 into my auto loan. That's my next most important payment. And keep in mind, this is up and above my monthly auto loan payment. So this is going to principal so I can pay that auto loan off faster. Then if I have some extra money, I'm going to put money in my long-term savings. In my case, it's an investment account. And each month that changes greatly. So in May, it's $3,500. because I don't have any big expenses in that month. So it varies quite a bit month to month. Now, each month I'm going to have an overage and an underage. If I have a deficit in a month, I can either pull from my savings account or perhaps I can put on credit card. I want to avoid using a credit card, but if I have to, that's what I'm going to have to do. Over throughout the year, I end up with a $95 overage, which is a nice cushion month to month. So this is just one example. Yours, of course, would vary greatly, but this is how I built my budget using Excel. In summary, the 50/30/20 budget sets parameters for us so we do not overspend. It provides guide rails for us so we know when we are spending too much. By splitting wants and needs, we are ready for a cash flow emergency, such as a job loss or pay cut. Finally, it provides for extra cash to build savings, long term savings, as well as short term savings, and pay off high interest consumer debt. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel for more consumer finance tips. Thanks for watching, Dave, the Personal Finance Professor.